not a guy that was rich when I started. You know, I had my father, you know, he worked for the airlines his whole life, and my mom stayed at home and took care of us. We were definitely a middle-class family with no entrepreneurial history at all, at least in my immediate family. My grandfather on my mom's side owned a business in California. He was a cabinet maker. You know, and so I worked for other people all through my 20s, and I learned a lot about business. And at about 28, I decided that I wanted to be a musician instead. And, you know, and at that time, too, I had some problems with drugs and alcohol, and just wasn't a very happy camper when it came to life. I sobered up in around 32, so in 2006. And immediately I started going after my dreams, which was to be a professional musician. You know, I really felt like electronic music had the ability to change the world, and being free of the burdens of you know, alcohol and drugs and all that stuff. I just really started going after what I wanted in life. And I chased my dream of being a musician for all through my 30s. And I had a great time, and I traveled the country, and I played with some of the biggest names and released a bunch of music, and I just had a great time. And what happened is when I got to be about, in my late 30s, like 38, I had a really bad stretch of time where I lost my record deal, and I lost a residency, and I lost my radio show, and I really got present to the volatility of the music industry. And at that stage in my life, I knew it was time to move into something that was a little more stable, so I chose to work in the cannabis industry. And I worked for a cannabis startup for a friend of mine, and we grew that business from like less than $250,000 a year to over $1.5 million in revenue. Built a beautiful brand that's still crushing it in the market today. And you know, that guy, he really invested in my training and development, and I got to do a lot of personal transformational work and a lot of business transformational work, and we put that work in the business, and we had a great time. And what happened was we got to the end of the road, and we had fixed what needed to be fixed, and I had this huge realization that wasn't my business. It was his business. And if I really wanted what I wanted to do to work, if I really wanted the power to change the world the way I wanted it, if I really wanted the power to create institutions and organizations and business the way I wanted to create them, I had to go to work on my own. And I quit. So I quit. I walked away from the biggest job offer that I ever had. That job changed my life. And I walked away from it. I walked away from it, not knowing where I was going and not knowing what I was going to do. And it was the scariest time of my life. I had always struggled with self-worth, you know, and you know, and you spend as many years as I did drinking and just trying to deal with that. It's hard to believe in yourself. And I had a lot of great support from my wife, and I had some support from some great coaches, and we started Kind Art. And here we are now, 3 years later. Here I am talking to you. Here I am looking at a camera, which I never thought this would happen. You know, and I never thought that I could be so fulfilled by work. Here I am, fulfilled by work, doing what I love, making a huge impact. Probably the biggest impact I can make on the world right now is my business. I just want everybody to have that.